right, we have made it back over to the stone house. I'm sorry, I'm hoping the wind is not picking up on my mic. I'm trying to stand with my back to it. But they've got the driveway in. I think they're still waiting a few more days and they're gonna come back here and seal it so it's blocked off. And I'm back now to finish dressing up along the sides of the driveway. There's a little twist though. I guess they've hired a landscape architect and I met with her last Friday. So some of the stuff I was asking about early on in construction before the driveway and stuff was in here was planting in some of these areas, which the homeowner said they weren't really going to do anything. And now they decided to basically go from the stone wall and put some big hollies and crepe myrtles in here as a privacy barrier from the neighbors. So all these dead hollies are coming out, and the landscape architect would like me to come in here and basically just dig a ditch most of the width of the property line between the two driveways, 2 feet deep, and fill it all full of topsoil. So I have a lot to dig out, but I do not want to drive anything on the driveway. We're going to have to get some smaller machine at some point, as I'll kind of show you the other section I got to work on. But I think actually too, I believe this house is sold and this circle drive is actually going to come out. So that's going to make things a little easier because the new owners agreed to let them do that since that is kind of over the property line. For today anyway, I want to come in here with a 260. I got the Hydrema, pop out all the dead hollies and kind of come in here as far as I can and reach. There is, I think Dad ran a water line either under the driveway. It's kind of hard to see with the leaves falling, but there's some wire right there for a sprinkler system I'm going to watch for. And we'll start cutting this material out. Like I said, I'm hoping the wind isn't going to be too bad. And then I'm supposed to come in here, and she would like 2 feet of topsoil down in these sections, which I think Dad put some in here over the winter, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. So I may have to rent like a little 216 or 210 talk where I can dig this stuff out, probably throw it over the wall, and then figure out how we're going to get more topsoil back in here. I may either try to just bale it over here with the 260 and the grading bucket, or maybe rent one of those tracked mud buggies. Same thing with this section. She wants at least, which I don't know what she's planning on putting in here, where she wants 2 feet of soil, but and there may be enough in here. I'm going to have to kind of just dig around and maybe dig some test holes and see. But then we got a little bit in the back, so that is the plan for now. We'll try to get you guys out of this wind, but yeah, just a lot of tedious work now with this driveway. I think the driveway ended up being like $250,000. So I did not really want to drive anything on there. They did I think they call it like a rock salt finish, which I don't know how well it's going to show. It basically just looks like it's got a bunch of little pits all over it, but that's how they finished it. And then they put like a sealer and stuff on part of it. So if I have to get anything on here, I may have to go get some plywood or rubber mats or something, because I do not want to be the guy that takes a chance of cracking or getting this thing dirty or anything. So yeah, let's get out of the wind. Let's jump in the 260 and start pulling out some shrubs. Trying to pull in here and start. These hollies are probably just gonna break off. Yeah. I was gonna back the Hydrema in here and just kind of get them all loaded up, but I may just, for right now, just kind of make a pile. We got weed guard and drip line and everything in there. And we'll just make a little bit of a pile, and then we'll get the Hydrema in here in a little while. We'll load it up. So I think he planted these like right when I started putting in the driveway. With his thought was they would be mature by the time he moved in, but the problem is they didn't keep up with the watering, even though it had a drip line there, and then it just got so hot and dry over the summer And it's so rocky. The problem is there's no topsoil here. So, but I think with having these out of the way, I think the 260 will just barely fit down through here. But like I said, the neighbors that he has the big property line dispute with, they are moving, so, and the new neighbors seem to be accommodating to whatever he wants to do, so. I'm just gonna pluck all these out for starters and kind of get it to where I got a little bit better of a workspace. Scrape all the weeds and the grass and the weed garden junk off, and then we'll put the 3-foot bucket on and probably concentrate on digging more of this material out, and I'll probably try to back the hydrema as far as I can in here. I guess I'll just cut it out and load it right into the truck. And then I'm thinking the easiest way to put the topsoil back in, I may end up just getting the hydrema on the driveway. I'll just put some, like I said, plywood or something like that down. And when I go to put the topsoil in, I may just put some plywood and such down on the driveway, and then probably just run the hydrema on there and then use the side dump option, because it's so narrow and I won't be able to turn either way with the track loader to dump the dirt in there. So I think that driveway will be, I mean, they're going to drive other trucks and stuff on it, so I just didn't want to be the guy to drop any oil on it or stain it or crack it or anything like that. So, but I don't really know how else, unless I just get one of those, I may do like the track like mud buggy as well, but that's going to take a lot of trips back and forth, so we'll just kind of have to see. I'd say we made decent progress today. I got a lot dug. Had several casualties on the sprinkler line and the conduit. Thing kind of just, sorry, the wind is very bad again. Kind of zigged and zagged and up and down, and then hit a really rocky spot right here. I was afraid I was going to actually have to get a hammer. And that's kind of where I did most of the damage to the sprinkler lines, breaking through there with the ripper. But yeah, I've got my little moat or canal, if you want to call it, dug out. So I think I moved, I don't know, 6 or 8 loads in the hydreamer today. So I'm starting to kind of try to hug the property line more and get a little bit away from the driveway if I can. The only real reason I'm kind of scratching out along there is I'm going to try to hook all these pipes back up and just move them right over here to the side of the ditch. That way they don't have to worry about planting right on top of them, and then we'll know where they're at. So yeah, tomorrow we'll try to get the sprinkler line hooked back up. And down here it starts going underneath the driveway, so I don't even have to worry about it then. But it should go a little quicker. I was having to put the 1-foot bucket on and dig in between them and underneath them and kind of move them around today. So not real speedy, but I can probably actually start, I would think, narrowing this ditch up some. But they're kind of wanting the whole, I really thought about just doing like 1 3-foot bucket swath, but she called me back today and she's thinking maybe she's going to kind of stagger some of the shrubs, so by the time you try to dig a curved line or know where they want to do that, it's almost as easy to just dig it out this way, and they can figure that out. So yeah, a lot of dirt coming out and a lot of dirt going in, so we'll get the driveway blown off and catch you guys over here tomorrow.